Hi, everybody. So, our astrology course is going along well. We've already covered our four elements, especially in depth of fire, earth, air, and water in our last couple of videos. We've already covered the signs and what the signs mean. We've covered the modalities, which is cardinal, fixed, and mutable. We've covered the seasons of spring, summer, autumn, and winter. We've covered the ages of man, which is 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80. And so we've covered quite a lot. Now, please remember to watch if you're seriously interested in astrology and not just, picking up snippets of information and you're wanting to look at this as a course almost. Watch the videos in the order that they are put up in. Okay, so go to the first video posted and watch from there, so that you build, because astrology very much builds on each section. If you understand this, you'll understand that. If you just come in here, you might not understand what's going on. So watch them in order. I would suggest as well that you go, as I suggested in one of my first videos, go to an astrological website, Google free natal chart or free birth chart, and get your chart off the internet. Put in your time, date, and whatever, and time if you have it, date and place of birth, and get your chart. Even if you don't get the actual chart, the diagram, make a note of the positions on the chart of all of your planets and your moon node and your ascendant, descendant, MC, IC, so that you have in degrees and minutes the exact position of all of these things. And you can then fill it in on a blank wheel that I provided for you on the Facebook page right at the beginning. And so that you have your own chart that you're busy drawing up. Because remember that a computer is very handy to do all the donkey work and get all those calculations and the chart done very quickly. But when it comes to the actual interpretation of a chart, it is always best to have a qualified astrologer look at it, or you looking at it with some knowledge, okay, because a computer program can never ever weigh up in a chart, will this override that or not, and it just doesn't have the capability of doing that. So be very careful when just going by computer generated interpretations of charts. Very dangerous. Okay, so just remember something, that the elements, we've just finished covering the elements of fire, earth, air, and water. And you must remember something, that we all have all four elements in our chart. We all have all the planets, and each planet is allocated to an element of fire, earth, air, or water. We all have all 12 signs in our charts. Even if they're empty, they are there. So through the planets and the signs, we all have all four elements and the positive and negative expressions of those elements. When a planet is positioned in a sign, it just means that that planet is almost activating and setting off that sign. And that planet, whatever that planet ties into and whatever it means, is being expressed through the lens of that particular sign. And so the sign colors and affects the expression of that planet. But just because a sign is empty doesn't mean that we do not have anything that ties into that sign in our lives. Of course not. Okay. So, yeah, basically, I hope that you have enjoyed what you've learned so far. I hope it has helped you to understand yourself and your loved ones and whoever better. We are going to, in the future, slowly but surely, we're going to go through each planet and what it means and its qualities, etc. We're going to look at the ephemeris, which is the book of tables, which shows the planet's position. So even if you don't have a computer, you can see roughly when planets moved and where planets were on certain dates. It's always handy to have an ephemeris. even if you do have a computer. We are still going to look at the 4 axes on a chart, which is your ascendant, descendant, your rising sun and descendant, and MCIC, your midheaven and Imum. We still have to look at that. Rulerships, which planets rule which signs. There's a lot to still look at. And yeah, moon nodes. And then lastly, we would look at aspects. And aspects are the geometrical angles that form between 2 different planets. Okay. And those aspects affect how that planet functions. And it also affects, you can look at how does this planet affect that planet. Okay. So astrology is an exciting study, and it's a very, very handy tool. And I hope that you've enjoyed it so far. And slowly but surely, we will be building the knowledge base on this subject together. Okay, bye. And all the best for the new year.